Yeah, this is Adeniji Dowu. Once again, I want to welcome you to a beautiful Monday morning. Today being the 14th day of January 2019. Quickly want to do a video on 2019 Unstoppable Sowore. 2019 is right here, and like I said in my first video for Maile Sowore some months back, I said 2019 is just not an election year, it's a political turnaround, economic turnaround, all round ramification turnaround for Nigeria. So if you are still on the fence and you're still thinking it's still not going to work or is it going to work, I want to please beg you to join this move. God is said to do something glorious in Nigeria. He said, I will do a new thing. Shall you not know it? Now it will spring forth. Shall you not know it? We should be like the sons of Issachar, even of although we're in the New Testament, but we can use our senses to or our faith senses, or even if you are walking naturally, for what you have seen, for what you have heard so far, you should by now understand that God is set to do something glorious about Nigeria. So there is no point sitting on the fence. We have all prayed, our parents have prayed, and I have always said that God has answered our prayers. God is not a man. His ears are not heavy to hear us. He's very interested in the welfare of his people. God does not like people that take advantage of other people. So that is to tell you, God is not happy with these people, with these cabals that have put Nigerians under forced labor, that have put Nigerians under forced slavery. So the time of deliverance is here, and God has raised Omoyele Sowore for this generation to deliver Nigeria. So God is not going to do anything more. He has done his part by putting it in his heart. And the Bible says, in the day of the Lord's power, the people shall be willing. So for him to be willing to come forth at a time like this, and for Nigerians in the diaspora, Nigeria in Nigeria, to be supporting him, we see it in the usual cases. Politicians give people money. But this is very unusual trend. It is fellow human beings, fellow Nigerians like you, like me, that is funding this political party, meaning that Nigeria are truly fed up with the wickedness that have been ruling in this country. So APC, PDP are no more what we need to support. They don't care about us. That is the truth. They only care about themselves. And that is why you see a senator earning about 13.5 million every month, and another person with the same head, with the same blood, with the same kind of family. A Nigerian like them is being paid 18,000 per month. That is sheer wickedness. And the wickedness of these political parties all this year, both PDP and APC and all these cabals, have forced a lot of Nigerians out of their homeland, making them to live outside. And now, this is the year of the Lord. God has said to bring back all these people that have been forced out of Nigeria back home. So what we need to do is to shun this money politics and let, for once, put all these wicked leaders to shame. Whatever they're going to give you between now and February 16, is not going to be able to feed your family forever. So you can as well shun them and say, to hell with their money. You don't need their money to survive. You have just almost less than 2 months. So if you have been suffering for all these 3.5 years or more than 3 years that have been in government, it's not only that 2 months help or whatever they offer you that will make it that will take the suffering away. So please, I want to tell you, whether you are a Christian, a pastor, a Muslim, if you are a Nigeria, a patriotic Nigeria that love the peace of this country, forget about what anybody says about Omoyele Sowore. He's a human being. He needs our prayers. We need to support him too. But you need to make up your mind not to vote for PDP or APC. It is time for us as a nation to be giant indeed of Africa, to be great indeed. Oh God, God has blessed this country. We just need to come to it and let it begin to work for us. So please share this video, subscribe so that when next I come on board, you can be notified. This is Adeniji Do. We love Nigeria and we believe strongly that what is going on, that is what is making people to go outside Nigeria, that is making them to run to the US, to Europe, to everywhere world over. We have them in Nigeria, so we don't need to be running et scatter. We just need somebody that has compassion of his fellow human beings, that has vision, that has vigor, that have the capacity, that have enough vision, capacity and the drive to make things work. There is nothing God has not blessed Nigerian with. We have well-blessed, well-articulated senses in Nigeria. People who knows how to make things work. In fact, here in the US, people celebrate Nigerians, especially when it comes to working. They know that Nigerians are not lazy. But unfortunately, people go to school in Nigeria, no jobs for months, for years. But here and there, a week, you get a job. And a lot of things happening. We need somebody at the end of affair to make wrongs right. And Omoyele Sowore is the person I believe strongly that God of heaven has raised for us. It doesn't matter what people said about David in the Bible, because he's been ordained of God. And I so much believe that God has strongly loaded, divinely loaded Omoyele Sowore for Nigeria for a time like this. So it doesn't matter whatever stand you still think you have. Time is still available. Please come to join us. Join to make Nigeria great. It is time for restoring Nigeria. It is time for restoring the lost glory of this country. God has raised Omoyele Sowore. Please, whoever you are, if you mean good for Nigeria, whether you're in Nigeria or outside, it doesn't matter what your understanding about politics is. You can't say you're a child of God and you don't want to be involved in politics. It's against God's counsel, because God expects you to be loyal, to be politically involved in what's going on in your community. It is not abnormal. It is just these wicked people that is making politics a dirty game. That is why most Christians say they don't want to be politicians. They don't want to be involved in politics. I'm not a politician, but that is the truth. It's because these people have made it a dirty game. But that is not what it's meant to be. Because you have your family in that country. You have your family, your business, your ministry, everything in that country. So for you to be involved, it's not a crime. It's not a sin. God is actually expecting you to be practically involved. So whatever teaching you've gotten about going to politics as a sin, let us drop it. God of heaven will fight for Nigeria. The power of the wicked rulers will fail them in 2019. Every of their stronghold will be shattered in the name of Jesus. God of heaven will bring to place his counsel, his thought. He said, I know the thought I have towards you. Thought of peace, not of evil, to give you hope and future. The thought of God for Nigeria is to see Nigeria being liberated. The thought of God for Nigeria is to see Nigeria prospering. It doesn't matter. God, we are one of the most praying countries in the world. And God answers prayers. I want you to believe that with me. God answers prayer. And so God has answered our prayer by raising Omoyele Sowore. So all we need to do is to team up with him. Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your family members, tell everybody. If they don't know enough about him, Google it. Go to YouTube. Get information on Facebook. Share with them. That's all we need to know. Omoyele Sowore is very, very transparent. He's very, very, very compassionate. It's not just a matter of trying to get money. No, it's beyond that. In fact, I was listening to his program some hours ago, and he said in his own calculation, though he does not have the right to determine how much the senators will be paid, but in his calculation, they shouldn't be paid more than $1 million plus per month. And that would be fair. So we can save a lot of money that will go around for every Nigerian. In the US, you don't need to pay money before you are attended to in the hospital, especially in the case of emergency. They don't even ask for your money. But in Nigeria, we have seen women who wants to put to bed, but because they don't have money to pay doctors, they are allowed to die right there in the hospital. That is ungodly. We have seen people, because of bad roads, due to the embezzlement of this government stealing money every now and then. Instead of trying to make roads pliable for, make our roads good, they don't. And a lot of people die in road accident. Just yesterday, we read in the paper. I read in the paper that was a truck going to deliver campaign rice. Their satanic mechanism to woo people to their party. Campaign rice in Odo State, and that car, the truck had an accident in Ado Ekiti, killing tens of people. Why? If you trade it very well, it's going to be because of bad road. This is not good. This is not what we want. So we want a Nigeria that is going to work for everybody, not a Nigeria that works for the few connected people. No. Every Nigerian has equal right. If you are a U.S. citizen, not even citizen alone, if there's some benefits you even enjoy as a resident in the United States of America, once you are here, you have right to enjoy some things. And that is what Omoyele Sowore is bringing to Nigeria, even far better than we have it in the U.S. Far better than we have in the U.S. Please, brethren, let us understand. It is the move of God. This is not just politics. God is set to do something glorious in Nigeria. And don't let us believe the lies of the devil or the lies of the people saying, no, maybe we have to wait for 2023. We don't have to. Because God's time is not our time. The Bible says 1,000 years is like a day before God. So God wants us to set time for Him. He said, command ye me as regards the works of my hand. Timing is of God. So we can tell God what we want to attain at a particular point in time. So we don't have to. Why should we postpone to 2023 what we can make realistic in 2019? Are we not tired of all this bullshit, all this suffering that are putting us to? A lot of women have become prostitutes. A lot of fathers have become useless fathers. A lot of children have become hooligans because of bad government. So we need to make a change, and now is the time. Please share this video, subscribe to our channel, and let us all together make Nigeria great. Go get your PVC, vote Omoyele Sowore for president. And this time around, not just for any party in particular. Don't say I'm going to vote for AAC alone. No. Look for people that are reliable. Look for people, go and get information about their personal person. Try to know who they are, who are they in their community before you vote for them. Don't vote for armed robbers. Don't vote for tribalistic people. Don't vote for people who will steal your money. Vote for righteousness and make a change. A new Nigeria is possible with Omoyele Sowore. And very soon, I'm sure that Fela Drotoye, Omoyele Sowore was telling them he was open too, because Fela Drotoye made it mention on Saturday that he was ready for that. And Omoyele Sowore said he is also ready to make things work. Please, let's join hands together and Nigeria will be great again. Thank you. This is Denny Jido. God bless.